Show me the Scrooge promo.
Welcome back to the channel, guys, and Merry Christmas season. The first movie I'm going to be talking about this season is one that stars Bill Murray. So I guess you could say Murray Christmas.
Oh my gosh. Does that suck?
Hey guys, welcome back to Christmas in the Middle. I'm so excited for the Christmas season this year. Probably like everybody, all of our stuff is just up and ready to go, and it's not even December because I think everybody just wants to celebrate and be happy. My room is a hot mess trying to organize all of my Christmas stuff, but I'm really excited to do it. And I've even got these guys up here for the review, which today, our movie in the middle, is Scrooged. Scrooged is a city-set, gritty take on A Christmas Carol starring Bill Murray, Karen Allen, and John Glover, who went to Towson. I will never get tired of saying that. Far and away, the biggest high of this movie is Bill Murray. He carries the entire thing. He is the entire thing. Bill Murray in a movie is basically the entire thing, unless it's Ghostbusters, but, even then. He is hilarious, as always, playing a character named Frank Cross, who is a cynical, non-Christmas loving guy. He is the head of a TV station on which they are putting a live Christmas Carol special that they're actually making themselves based on the actual story. And he is the titular Scrooge. The way he puts over lines and his facial expressions in this movie are hilarious because it's one of those things where you can write it down on paper, but it's not really going to work until he does it. And just some of the things that he says or doesn't finish his sentence or whatever, they are just so funny. Every 2 minutes there's something funny from him. And the way he plays this sort of schmoozing business guy who all he cares about is the ratings for the TV show, and he doesn't care about the awards or anything. There's a really funny sequence with that, actually. He was just so good as this business guy. And while it's a little on the nose, it doesn't seem so unrealistic. He just seems like a terrible person, but you find him so entertaining, which is the best part. And then, of course, because it's a Christmas Carol throughout, as he gets shown the past and the present and the future, he comes to, have obviously a bigger heart. And it's believable. You can tell that he always had this love for Christmas, and it's coming back. It was taken out of him, but now it's coming back. It's not like it's just he's cynical and then he's not. It feels believable. And at the end, he has one of, I think, the biggest ad-lib scenes in all of movie history. I don't even know how long it actually went for, how long it wasn't scripted and it was all of his ad-libs, but you can tell that he's ad-libbing the entire thing because he starts repeating stuff. He's looking for lines to say, but he does it so well, and it works because the scene is that he's finally filled with this Christmas joy, or just the joy of making others happy. He's just feeling it in the moment, and it's so good. It's so interesting. I also just like the concept that they were doing a live version of A Christmas Carol on their own station in the movie, because it was cool not only for just the fact that they're doing it and it made it sort of a modern take on it because it's about TV and audiences and ratings and everything, but it's a good comparison between the old-timey Dickens Christmas Carol that we know versus this more modern tale, which, it was still made in the 80s, but it's still much more modern than the old Dickens Christmas tale. So it was really cool to see that back and forth. And it also makes for a good dynamic because sometimes he doesn't know what's his own personal Christmas Carol going on and what's actually the show. And Karen Allen was really great. She basically plays just like, the regular nice girlfriend. She's not like too over the top about anything, but she was a really great addition to him and kind of balancing him a little bit, because even when he's his most terrible self, with her, he reins it in a little bit. And then John Glover plays, oh God, if you thought that Bill Murray was schmoozy, he is just, like, he does this thing a lot where he will fix Frank's tie, or he'll like rub his shoulder or pat him on the back, and it's weird, but he's just a creepy, trying to get your spot kind of guy. He's so good. The last character I want to talk about really quick is Frank's assistant, Grace, who is like basically the Bob Cratchit of this movie. And she comes from a family that's poor, and but her family is loving, and they all love each other. They're well put together. And she has this one line that's hilarious because the kids ask, "When are we going to get a real Christmas tree?" And she goes, "When they free." The ghosts that they picked too, like how they were presented was really cool because you have one who makes total sense. He's a taxi cab driver and he's really gritty and gross and weird. And then you have another one who's like this angel, but she's incredibly abusive, which is a really interesting take because angels are supposed to be graceful. But in this New York City era of this movie, she's just punching him all the time. And she seems sweet, but she's like incredibly awful to him. And then, of course, you have just this skeleton hooded guy. It's super creepy, but his face is a TV and it shows Frank's future on the TV, which is also very cool because he runs a TV station. So they were really well done and I think really creative to be kind of again like the mix between the Dickens wholesome ghosts and these new modern technological ghosts. But they really went along well, I think, with the setting, which is another interesting thing. When I think about this movie, the very, very first thing that comes into my mind is the setting. Because, like I said, it's city-based, it's really gritty, it's like smoke everywhere. It's basically like if A Christmas Carol was sitting in the smoking section of a bar. I can't really just explain it any other way, but if you watch it, you'll see what I mean. Even like the lighting and everything, it's just so hazy all the time. And it's like one of those where you're like, I find this movie really funny, but I feel like I have to take a shower after I watch it. This also has nothing to do with anything, but there's an actor in this movie named Bobcat Goldthwait. That's it. I just wanted you to know that piece of information. There is one moment in particular that my brother and I crack up at every single time. Stick after the end outro and the scoring and everything. I'll put that at the end. In terms of lows, I don't honestly think I have any. If you can get past the fact it is a little dated, it's a lot dated. If you can get past that, the movie's basically for what it's supposed to be is basically perfect. You know, like I said, it is a little dated. There's a lot of technical things. It's like, wow, really? We're talking about that? Or, you know, just how people dress or their hair, you know, but you know, that's like any movie. But it's one of those that it feels so much more dated than others. Oh my God. Probably because it takes place in the city where things are always progressing and moving fast and, you know, things change a lot. But if you can get past that, I really love this movie. And it's basically tonally consistent all the way through. It's consistent in terms of pacing. It really doesn't drag in any one spot. And it's hilarious all the way through. The characters are great. I really love Scrooged. It's become one of my favorites of the last few years that my family and I, we watch like 6 movies for Christmas every year, like live action movies. It's that, Home Alone, The Santa Claus, The Grinch, Christmas Vacation, and Elf. And it's just one of those big 6, and we watch it every year. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to give Scrooged a 4 out of 4, making it my next top shelf movie. If you had asked me, I honestly wouldn't have thought I was going to be giving this a 4 out of 4 when I first came into the review. But like I said, I really couldn't find anything low with it. It just depends on if you actually like it or not. Guys, let me know what you think of Scrooged if you've seen it. If you have not, you should definitely check it out. And let me know what you're going to be doing this holiday season, just for the next couple weeks. Let me know what your plans are. I'm excited to hear because we really need this holiday season. And as always, keep your hopes high, your stress low, and Christmas right in the middle. I'll see you guys later.
Have you any idea how many cats there are in this country?
No, I don't have those, no.
27 million. Do you know how many dogs?
In America.
48 million.
Wow.
We spend $4 billion on pet food alone.
4.
Now, I have here a study from Hempstead